What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Beast. We're back with another video, but this time we're not giving away money. Well, not directly at least. Today, we're diving into the stories of companies that basically print money. We're talking about the top 5 most successful companies in history. We're going to learn about how they started, who were the geniuses behind them, and how they became these massive empires. And trust me, these stories are insane, full of twists and turns, crazier than any challenge we've ever done. So buckle up, smash that like button, and get ready to learn about some serious business legends. We're about to go from zero to billionaire status in the next hour. Well, not really, but we'll learn how these guys did it. Let's do it! First up, we've got Apple, you know, the company with the iconic Apple logo that's practically everywhere you look. We're talking iPhones, Macs, the whole shebang, but it all started in a very unexpected place. We're going back in time to 1976. Picture this, sunny Cupertino, California. Two Steves, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, are hanging out in a garage, not too different from some of you guys watching right now. They're tinkering with electronics, driven by their passion for computers. Now, back then, computers were these massive, complicated machines that took up entire rooms. Jobs and Wozniak had a different vision. They wanted to make computers smaller, more accessible, something anyone could use. That's when the Apple I, their very first computer, was born. This wasn't some sleek, all-in-one machine like we have today. Think of it as the bare bones of a computer, a motherboard with a bunch of components. But it was a game changer. This little machine, built in a garage, was the spark that ignited a tech revolution. Building on the success of the Apple I, Jobs and Wozniak knew they had something special. They weren't just building computers, they were creating a new way to interact with technology. So in 1977, they officially established Apple Computer Inc. and unveiled their next big thing, the Apple II. The Apple II was a game changer, literally. It wasn't just for tech enthusiasts anymore. This was a computer for the masses with a sleek design, a built-in keyboard, and the ability to display color graphics. People could finally play games, use spreadsheets, and write documents, all on one machine. The Apple II became a smash hit, flying off the shelves and making Apple a major player in the tech world. It was a testament to the power of innovation, proving that two guys with a dream and a whole lot of passion could change the world. But this was just the beginning for Apple. Fast forward to 1984, and Apple was about to drop another bomb on the tech world, the Macintosh. This wasn't just another computer, it was a whole new way of interacting with technology. Remember those clunky command line interfaces where you had to type in code to do anything? Yeah, the Macintosh threw all that out the window. Instead of typing commands, you could now use a mouse to click on icons and navigate through menus. It was intuitive, it was user-friendly, and it was revolutionary. The Macintosh introduced the world to the graphical user interface, something we take for granted today. This groundbreaking technology wasn't just about making computers easier to use, it was about making them accessible to everyone. The Macintosh, with its iconic 1984 Super Bowl ad, challenged the status quo and solidified Apple's reputation as a company that dared to think differently. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for Apple. The mid-90s saw the company facing some serious challenges. Competition was fierce and Apple's products were losing their edge. It seemed like the company that had once been at the forefront of innovation was falling behind. Then, in a twist of fate that could rival a Hollywood movie, Steve Jobs, who had been ousted from his own company years earlier, returned to Apple in 1997. He came back with a vengeance, ready to shake things up and bring Apple back to its former glory. Jobs' return marked a turning point for Apple. He had a clear vision to create products that were not only innovative, but also beautifully designed and incredibly user-friendly. This vision led to the creation of some of Apple's most iconic products, like the iMac, the iPod, and, of course, the iPhone. In 2007, Apple did it again. They released a product that would change the world forever, the iPhone. This wasn't just a phone. It was a mini computer, a music player, and a camera, all rolled into one sleek device. The iPhone revolutionized the mobile phone industry and ushered in the era of smartphones. The iPhone's success was nothing short of phenomenal. It became a cultural phenomenon, with people lining up for hours, even days, to get their hands on the latest model. Apple had once again proven its ability to anticipate the needs of consumers and deliver products that exceeded expectations. And the rest, as they say, is history. Apple continued to innovate, releasing groundbreaking products like the iPad, the Apple Watch, and countless software updates that kept them ahead of the curve. They've become one of the most valuable companies in the world, a testament to the vision and ingenuity of its founders. All right, guys, we're moving on to our second company, and this one's a real game changer, Amazon. You know, the place where you can buy anything from a toothbrush to a TV with just a few clicks. But back in 1994, Amazon was just a tiny startup with a big idea. Our story takes us to Seattle, Washington, where a young Jeff Bezos was working as a Wall Street executive. Bezos was a smart guy, but he was also a bit of a risk taker. He saw the potential of the internet, which was still in its early stages, and he knew he had to be a part of it. Bezos quit his high-paying job and decided to start an online bookstore. Why books? Because they were relatively inexpensive, easy to ship, and there were millions of titles available. He named his company Amazon after the world's largest river, symbolizing his ambition to create a company of massive scale. Working out of his garage, Bezos and a small team started building Amazon. They hand-packed and shipped each order themselves, dreaming of a day when their online bookstore would become a household name. Amazon's early days were all about hustling. Bezos was laser-focused on growth, constantly looking for ways to expand their product offerings and reach more customers. He knew that to be successful, Amazon couldn't just sell books. They had to become the go-to destination for everything, and that's exactly what they did. Amazon started adding new categories, from music and movies to electronics and clothing. They invested heavily in technology, building a sophisticated website and a robust logistics network that could handle millions of orders. Amazon's customer-centric approach was key to their success. They offered competitive prices, fast shipping, and a wide selection of products, all while making the online shopping experience as seamless as possible. People were hooked. As Amazon grew, so did their ambitions. They weren't content with just being an online retailer. They wanted to be a technology powerhouse. They launched Amazon Web Services, or AWS, a cloud computing platform that would revolutionize the way businesses operate. In 2005, Amazon introduced a game-changer, Amazon Prime. For a yearly fee, customers could get unlimited 2-day shipping on millions of items. It was a bold move, but it paid off big time. Prime members, enticed by the convenience and cost savings, became some of Amazon's most loyal customers. Prime was more than just a shipping program. It was a way for Amazon to create a loyal customer base that would keep coming back for more. They added more perks to Prime, like streaming video, music, and exclusive deals, making it an even more irresistible offer. Prime's success fueled Amazon's growth, allowing them to invest in new technologies and expand into new markets. They became the everything store, offering everything from groceries to furniture to streaming devices. Amazon's relentless focus on innovation and customer satisfaction paid off. They became the undisputed leader in e-commerce with a market share that dwarfed their competitors. But they weren't done yet. Amazon continued to push the boundaries, experimenting with new technologies like drone delivery and cashierless grocery stores. They acquired companies like Whole Foods Market and Twitch, expanding their reach into new industries and solidifying their position as a tech giant. Section 5. A legacy of innovation. From a humble online bookstore to a global tech behemoth, Amazon's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. They've revolutionized the way we shop, consume entertainment, and even run our businesses. Amazon's success is a testament to the power of innovation, customer obsession, and a willingness to take risks. They've shown that by constantly pushing the boundaries and challenging the status quo, anything is possible. And that's just 2 down and 3 to go. We'll be right back with the next company on our list, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. All right, guys, buckle up, because in this chapter we're diving deep into the history of Microsoft, a company that basically shaped the way we use computers today. It all started back in the 1970s, a time when computers were these massive, expensive machines hidden away in labs, only accessible to, like, super geniuses and stuff. But things were about to change, and 2 guys named Bill Gates and Paul Allen were about to change the game forever. See, they saw the potential for these things called microcomputers to become like personal tools, something everyone could use. Imagine that, a computer in everyone's home. Back then, that was a wild idea. Gates and Allen, they were already coding wizards, building their skills since they were just teenagers. I mean, can you imagine coding at that age? I can barely figure out the new TikTok filters, but these guys, they were the real deal. And they knew they had something huge on their hands. This was the start of a revolution, the personal computer revolution. And Microsoft, well, they were right there at the forefront, ready to ride the wave and change the world as we knew it. Section 2, the birth of Microsoft. So it's 1975, and Gates and Allen, they're pumped, they're ready to make their mark. They decide to start their own company, and they call it Microsoft, a clever little mashup of microcomputer and software. Catchy, right? Their first big move. They created a programming language called BASIC for one of the very first personal computers, the Altair 8800. Now, I know what you're thinking, programming languages, that sounds boring, but trust me, this was a game changer. It was like giving regular people the keys to unlock the power of these new personal computers. Before BASIC, you needed like a PhD in computer science just to get these things to do anything. Microsoft made computers accessible, and that's huge. This was just the beginning for Microsoft. Gates and Allen were just getting started, and they had a vision for the future where computers were everywhere, in homes, in businesses, everywhere. Little did they know just how big their little company would become. So Microsoft is killing it with BASIC, right? They're becoming a big deal in this new world of personal computers. But then they landed a deal that would change everything, a partnership with IBM. Now, IBM, they were like the kings of the computer world at the time. They were huge, and they needed an operating system for their brand new IBM PC, a little something called MS-DOS. Microsoft didn't actually even have a proper operating system at the time, but they were like, yeah, we got this, and they struck a deal to license MS-DOS to IBM. This was a power move, my friends, and get this, IBM starts selling their PCs like crazy, and each one came preloaded with Microsoft's MS-DOS. It was like winning the lottery, but instead of money, they got to put their software on millions of computers. This was a stroke of genius that propelled Microsoft to a whole new level. Okay, so MS-DOS, it was a hit, but it was, a little bit complicated. Remember those black screens with the flashing cursor and all those confusing commands you had to type in? Yeah, not exactly user-friendly. So Microsoft, always innovating, always thinking ahead, they came up with something even bigger and better. Windows! The year was 1985, and Windows, my friends, was a revolution. It was like putting a friendly face on the power of a personal computer. No more confusing commands. Windows had this thing called a graphical user interface. Think icons, windows you could move around, a mouse. It was revolutionary. People loved it. Windows became the operating system for the people. It was easy to use, it was intuitive, and it made computers accessible to even more people. This was a game changer, and it solidified Microsoft's position as the leading force in the world of personal computing. From those early days coding in BASIC to the global domination of Windows, Microsoft's journey is one of ambition, innovation, and let's be honest, some seriously savvy business moves. They didn't just create software, they created an entire ecosystem. Think about it, Microsoft Office with Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These became essential tools for businesses and individuals worldwide. Then came things like Xbox, the Internet Explorer browser, and later their cloud computing platform Azure. Microsoft was everywhere, constantly evolving, constantly pushing the boundaries of what technology could do. And that's what makes Microsoft's story so incredible. They started with a simple vision, a computer on every desk and in every home. And they made it a reality, shaping the technological landscape and impacting the lives of billions of people around the world. That's how you build a legacy. We're talking about Walmart, a name synonymous with, well, pretty much everything. It all began in a small town you might not have even heard of, Rogers, Arkansas. It was 1962, and a man named Sam Walton had a vision. He grew up during the Depression, working odd jobs to support his family. That's where Walmart came in. Word spread like wildfire, and soon Sam was opening more stores across Arkansas. Now, Sam was a smart businessman. He knew that to keep prices low, he had to buy in bulk. We're talking massive quantities here, enough to fill entire warehouses. But that's where things get interesting. Sam realized that by buying in such huge volumes, he could negotiate lower prices with suppliers. He passed those savings directly on to his customers, which meant even lower prices at Walmart. It was a win-win situation. People were amazed by how much money they could save at Walmart compared to other stores. It was like finding a $100 bill on the ground every time they went shopping. Sam also understood the importance of treating his employees right. He knew that happy employees meant happy customers. He offered his employees profit-sharing programs and stock options, unheard of in the retail industry back then. He wanted everyone to feel like they were part of the Walmart family. And you know what? It worked. Walmart became known as a great place to work, and employees were passionate about their jobs. They took pride in offering excellent customer service and making sure the shelves were always stocked with the best deals. Okay, so Walmart was a hit in Arkansas, but Sam had even bigger dreams. He wanted to bring his low prices to the entire country. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, Walmart expanded rapidly. It was like they were popping up faster than you could say rollback. But Sam wasn't just focused on opening more stores, he was also constantly innovating. He was one of the first retailers to invest in technology. This allowed Walmart to track its inventory more efficiently. He also introduced the concept of everyday low prices, meaning that customers could count on low prices every time. Walmart made saving money simple and convenient. This combination of low prices, a wide selection of products, and a commitment to customer service made Walmart a force to be reckoned with. By the 1990s, Walmart was well on its way to becoming the retail giant we know today. Now, there's no denying that Walmart has had a massive impact on the American economy and society as a whole. On the one hand, Walmart has made a lot of products more affordable for millions of people, especially those in rural communities who might not have access to a wide variety of stores. They've also created thousands of jobs across the country, providing employment opportunities in areas that desperately need them. And let's not forget their philanthropic efforts. Walmart has donated billions of dollars to charitable causes around the world, supporting everything from disaster relief to education. However, Walmart has also faced its fair share of criticism. Some argue that their low prices come at a cost, pointing to concerns about the company's labor practices and their impact on small businesses. There have been accusations of unfair competition, with Walmart sometimes accused of driving smaller mom-and-pop stores out of business. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but one thing's for sure, Walmart's influence on our world is undeniable. Fast forward to today, and Walmart is still going strong. They're the world's largest retailer with over 10,000 stores in 24 countries, but the retail landscape is changing rapidly, and Walmart knows it needs to adapt to survive. With the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon, Walmart has had to up their game. They've invested heavily in their online presence, expanding their website and offering services like online grocery, pickup and delivery. They're even experimenting with new technologies like drone delivery and cashierless stores. Talk about staying ahead of the curve. Walmart is also focusing on sustainability, reducing their environmental footprint and promoting ethical sourcing practices. They're working to reduce waste in their stores, increase energy efficiency, and offer more sustainable product options. It's all about creating a better future for everyone. So there you have it. The story of Walmart, from a single dime store in Arkansas to a global retail powerhouse. It's a story of innovation, determination, and the relentless pursuit of low prices. What will the future hold for this retail giant? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, you can't keep a good bargain down. All right, guys, get ready to shift gears because we're about to dive into the world of automobiles. And when it comes to cars, there's one name that's synonymous with the industry itself, Ford. Before Mustangs and F-150s, there was just a man with a dream, Henry Ford. Henry wasn't born into wealth. He grew up on a farm in Michigan, fascinated by machines. By his teens, he was already a skilled watch repairman. But Henry had bigger ambitions. He believed everyone should have access to affordable transportation. In the late 1800s, cars were a luxury. They were hand-built, expensive, and unreliable. Henry wanted to change all that. He envisioned a future where cars were mass-produced. Many thought he was crazy, but Henry was determined. He started small, building his first car, the quadricycle, in 1896. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. The quadricycle had 4 bicycle wheels and a 2-cylinder engine. It was a start. Henry knew he was onto something, but he needed to refine his design and find a way to produce cars on a larger scale. He founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903, and after several years of experimentation, he introduced the car that would change the world, the Model T. The Model T was revolutionary. Henry achieved this by introducing a new way to build cars, the assembly line. This allowed Ford to produce cars much faster and more efficiently, which meant lower costs. The Model T was a hit. The Model T had a profound impact on American society. The Model T wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of freedom and progress. Now let's talk more about this assembly line thing, because it wasn't just a big deal for Ford, it was a game changer for the entire manufacturing industry. Before the assembly line, most products were made by skilled craftsmen. One at a time, it was a slow and expensive process. But the assembly line changed all that. By breaking down complex tasks into smaller, simpler ones, Ford was able to use less skilled labor and produce goods much faster. This led to a dramatic increase in productivity and a decrease in costs. And you know what that means, lower prices for consumers. The assembly line revolutionized manufacturing, and its impact was felt far beyond the automotive industry. It was adopted by companies producing everything from radios to refrigerators to clothing. The assembly line made mass production possible, which led to a consumer revolution. Suddenly, more people could afford to buy a wider variety of goods, which transformed the economy. But the assembly line also had its critics. Some argued that it dehumanized work, turning workers into mere cogs in a machine. Others worried about the potential for job losses as machines replaced skilled craftsmen. These concerns were valid, and the assembly line did have a significant impact on the workforce. While the Model T was a game changer, Henry Ford knew he couldn't rest on his laurels. The automotive industry was becoming increasingly competitive, with new companies emerging and challenging Ford's dominance. To stay ahead of the curve, Ford continued to innovate, introducing new models and features. In 1927, Ford launched the Model A, the successor to the Model T. The Model A was more stylish and powerful than its predecessor, and it came in a variety of colors, unlike the Model T, which was only available in black. Ford also introduced the V8 engine in 1932, which provided more power and smoother performance. Throughout the mid-20th century, Ford continued to innovate, introducing iconic vehicles like the Thunderbird, the Mustang, and the F-Series pickup truck. These vehicles cemented Ford's status as an American icon, representing freedom, power, and adventure. But Ford also faced challenges. The Great Depression hit the auto industry hard, and Ford had to adapt to survive. They introduced more affordable models and focused on efficiency to weather the economic storm. And during World War II, Ford shifted production to support the war effort, building jeeps, trucks, and even airplanes for the Allied forces. Fast forward to today, and Ford is still one of the biggest names in the automotive industry. They're still cranking out millions of cars and trucks every year, but the industry is changing faster than ever before. We're on the cusp of a new era of mobility, with electric vehicles, self-driving cars, and ride-sharing services transforming the way we get around. Ford is embracing these changes, investing heavily in electric and autonomous vehicle technology. They've introduced hybrid and electric versions of popular models like the F-150 and the Mustang, and they're developing self-driving systems that could revolutionize transportation. But Ford isn't just focused on building cars anymore. They're also exploring new business models like mobility services and data analytics. They understand that the future of transportation is about more than just building vehicles. It's about creating a seamless and sustainable transportation ecosystem. So there you have it, the story of Ford, from a small workshop in Michigan to a global automotive giant. It's a story of innovation, determination, and a relentless focus on the future. What's next for Ford? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, they're still driving the world forward. Wow, guys, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've journeyed through the history of 5 incredible companies: Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Walmart, and Ford. Their innovations have shaped the world we live in. I'm feeling super inspired right now. It's amazing to see what's possible with a great idea and hard work. Look at them now. They're global powerhouses. Anything is possible if you set your mind to it and never give up. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.